Okay, good morning, Rebbe.
Right.
I think we got to page Samach Bet over here. He has a little introduction to something, and we'll keep going and try to get the background. He said, "V'hine kasher be'imeri lo mispashto kol anai shebara b'toch zer anpen na'asado mochen gemorim." So she goes in and like that. Shehu b'shachris. That's specifically at Shachris time. Who say the Knesset are mochen the iba bepratos and tzochazahu shanai the iba niknas bezaben as and mochen the habedazah. So he says then he's a mispashe denai the iba bekol kumas azah b'shleimos. Bezem is gadol nai the iba bekol kumas azah. So it spreads throughout the whole zah. Mischalkim anai bepratos shlosha pirkim, and the nai itself is divided into three. These are things we know here, but I think we're going to get some background. So he says, Elohim imseim at the time, so there's three sections, up above, middle, and down below. Anu calls sphere meschalekas the gimel paraka, so each one of them is divided into three. We're going spheres and netzach, mischalking the perik elyon, the netzach, perik imsoid, the netzach, perik tachton, the netzach, v'chem spheres ahod, same thing, of the yisod. So the yisod, he says yisod, how's that work? He said, Yisod Ansvar, the base Perikim, is really in two parts. But Itras, the Torah's a Yisod, who Perika Gimel the Yisod. So he adds that in. So there are three if you consider the extension. Ogshik Nazim, Amochim Shuranai, the Iba Bishlosha Perikim, Sidrim Kach. The Bedachid Niknazim Shlosha Perikim Tachtain, the Radinai, the Ima. The Niknazim Hei Bachaba the Zah. Perik Tachton, the Netza, the Iber, Bechochma, the Zah, Perik Tachton, the Hod, the Iber, Bebinda, the Zah. So he said, Perik Tachton, the Yisod, the Iber, Bedas, the Zah, V'acher Kach Neknasim, Shlosha Pirkim, Se'im, for him Neknasim, V'chaba, the Zah, they go into the Rabba, the Zah, Kaseda, Ranach, the Netza, the Chochma, the Behod, the Binder of Yisod, the Das. Vayedersh Neknasim, V'gimel Pirkim, Se'im, the Nai, the Ima, the Rabba, the Zah. So since you have this now coming into the Rabba, the Zah, Hagimel Pirkim Tachton, Shedniktas, Ushon, Mekodim, those three that came in previously, Nidchim, B'chabcha, the Zah, the V'yorder, the Haga, the Zah. So this is the way that normally goes. V'achakach Neknasim, Hagimel Pirkim, Eloim, the Nai, the Rabba, the Zah. So now that all comes in. V'nitchim b'zecha ha'atlas pirkim emseim l'chagat the zah, so it's pushed into the chagat. V'az nitchim ha'pirkim ta'atoim v'yordin the mata b'nai the zah, and that pushes all the lower section to go all the way down to the nai the zah, so now you have the nai and the nai. V'az nishlam is pashta samochim b'zecha b'his gadlusa, so then you have what? The completion of the spreading of the Mochim Bazah and his growth. The Bepirkim Elohim deny the even Nimsoim B'chaba Dazah, so they're going to be in the Chaba Dazah. The Bepirkim Se'im will be in the Nimsoim B'chaba Dazah. The Bepirkim Titoim Nimsoim B'nai Dazah. Now all of this, of course, we know, but I wanted to keep going with it so we could see how this plays out. Nimsa Shaseda his Pashtusim Shakal Spirit Manai the Ima Mitzchalat the say the Shlosha Kavim, so all of it is divided also into three Kavim. Shehem Yamin Small and Emsa. Davku Yamim the Bekav Yamim Mitzchalat Netzach. There's where you see Netzach is her Netzach, the part of the Nai. The Bekav Yamim Mitzchalat Netzach. The Iber B'chacham, the Zah goes right down the Chacham line. The Perik Elyo, the Netzach, the Ima Niknaz B'chacham, the Zah. The Perik Emsoy, the Netzach, the Ima Niknaz B'chesed, the Zah. The Perik Atachta, the Netzach, the Ima Niknaz B'netzach, the Zah, becomes small Yischalak Achol B'baga. So he says, Shebechem, the Perik Elyon, the Hod, the Ima Niknaz B'binda, the Zah. Goes into the Binda, the Zah, Perik Emsoy, will wind up going into the Emsoy, the Hod, the Ima, Niknaz B'gavur, the Zah. The Perik Atachta, the Hod, the Ima, Niknaz B'hod, the Zah. V'kav Emsoy, Mitzchalak Yisod, the Ima B'das, the Ferris Yisod, like that. Tazah, and it goes of the divrich of a Rav Khan is bar here, Shabbat Tefilas Amida, Niknasim Amochim, that's when the Mochim come in. Mispashtim Bekol Kumaso, and they spread into the entire body of Zeranpin. Ad Birchasim Shalom, until you get to the Brachasim Shalom, Sha'az Na'asach Yichud, and a Yichud take place. Avach B'makom Yichud, Avach B'zech B'yesh Hevdel, Bein Tefilas Shachris, Tefilas Mincha. So after explaining all the different places that the Nai of Ima wind up going throughout Zeranpin, and now is explaining what's going on at Shachris time. Shebekol Tefilah hu ba'oven acher v'makom acher, because that's the way it is by Shachris. But all the rest of the Tefillos are going to be different. V'zecha v'gama hevdach v'bein Tefilas amida v'lachash l'chazaras Tefilah b'kol ram, and that's also going to be a difference over here. So when you say what the effect is, I'm not sure, so let's see how it goes. So the main differences are found here in the middle line. Because it's the Yisod that really makes the Yichud. Of the Shom Hu HaMochim, the Yisod, the Ima, and that's where you see the Mochim of the Yisod of Ima. Okay, let me go back. We'll wait for this to come back up again. So let's see it again. This last, he was talking about Yisod. B'sham ku hamochen the Yisod the Ima. He said, so from the end of the Yisod of Ima, that's where you get the revealed lights, where he talked yesterday about the concept of Yaakov and Rachel in that space, as we're going to get into this. So it all really depends on the places where the light are revealed inside the body of Zah. Now we come over here and it says, so the Rabbi can explain from here. Shebeshakras next knocking call the Gimel Pirkei Hanaki the Ima. And Chakras, this is what happens. All the Pirkim come in. And really they go everywhere, they go equally everywhere. And this causes Zah to have complete and total mochim. Because that's what's happening. And then it goes into his whole height. And as a result of that, that's where you see the yichud of Yaakov and Rachel. Now he says on number Nud Beis, but let's not forget this, Rishon Ku Tefilas Lachash. But Tefilas Lachash is the quiet part of the davening, of the Shemona Esrei. Because this is the secret. He said, because now what's happening is that Ima Ilor Rovetzes al Habonim Zun. So this is what's happening. She's actually going, is extended downwards. And it goes all the way in until it reaches the Chaz of Zer Anpin, so this has all been explained, in its place. But the Tefilah Shachris Atzma, but let's understand there are two different aspects that take place in Chakras. So what's the difference? That's where we say that her nai, her yisod particularly, goes all the way to the chazit. Below Omed is the kufa ma'aleim, and she's not standing upright from up above them. So when she's in that situation, she's bent over, and she's I guess squatting. I'm not sure exactly how you would say that. She's bent over in such a way that she's going all the way into going downwards. So her yisod also goes down lower. That's when it's going into the upper third of the Teferish, which is the place of the chest of Zah. Which is not the case when we get to the Chazaras Hashatz Kamosha Yizboyer, as we are about to explain. So let's do a few more minutes of this, try to get into what's going on. So he says, V'lachein, Ein Oros V'gulim Nimsoim Mimenu. So all that you see, Ela Gimel Achronos Levad Shehem Nine. So he said, what he says, Ein Oros V'gulim Nimsoim Mimenu. So you only see her nai. Let's see whether the Chen Gan Yaakov Rachel Haim Ondim B'chutz Kenegdam B'nai Dezah Belvad. I'm not sure I understood exactly what he said. So he says like this: Hine Hayichud Na'atze Rak B'Makom Sheyesh Oros Megulim. So it has to be that they are revealed lights here. Because Shechem Na'atze Hayichud Ben Yaakov Rachel, and when you make this yichud like that, but the Tefilah Zalachash. So now when you're having that yichud that's taking place, that's the concept of the Robetzes Alazon. Then you see all the lights revealed down below, but only at the chaza. Every place else is closed up. So you said the yisod there stops at the chaza. So then the lights are revealed there. So therefore this reason, when we have the quiet part of the Shmona Esrei, Yaakov Rachel, that yichud that's going to take place, that's where they start at the chest of Zeranpin. And that's where the bracha starts. Well, let me see, we're at 606. Okay, let's just do a little bit more since I'm trying to get into this a little bit. He says, that's because that's when you see that this is when she's standing upright. And she's no longer squatting. So then he says, wait a minute, v'oz, hayisod shelo, hu kadarko, bein emsa trin reishi pirkim iloin the netza v'chod shelo, asher mislav shen b'chach b'chabibida dezah, v'oz hayisod shelo mislavish b'das shebo. So now it's in a different place, it's in the das. Now let me see if I can understand that. Now, when you get the Chazara, it's something different, he says, than what we described as the nai going through the whole body. So then Ima has now stood up. So it's as if she deposited her shefa, and now she's standing up. So then she's not all the way squatting down like she was at that time. Because he's a kufa, so then what happens when she skis a kufa? You saw the megia yosef l'malo. That's what happens, is that her sod winds up in a higher place. Umakom yisod shalom mistayim b'dash elzah, which is say that's the upper das. That's the place of her yisod, and the place of the neck, more or less. So let's stop here. We'll go to the Sifra Ditzniuta and see what we could do over there.